I think if we go all the way back to when me and Andy first engaged, obviously I knew Andy from the military. We just spent 6 years knowing each other, you know, thick as thieves, best as friends, always having that banter and, you know, with each other, and knowing what Andy had gone through. I think it opened up a lot of things in myself as well, where I should have been a bit more open with friends and family. You know, I was holding a lot of emotion and problems inside me as well. I'd booked some tickets at the Kendal Mountain Festival to go watch some short films I was really interested in, and noticed on Instagram that Andy was actually showing a short film there. Went to see Andy's film and I was blown away, and it was a short film called Totally Alone, about Andy's struggles since leaving the military. I'd made the point of being really blown away by his film, and I would like to try and do some sort of fundraising for the cause of mental health. I'd been at the gym and I'd had a conversation with one of the gym members there, and he'd said to me I'd seen the event where someone had managed to climb Everest on a stair climber. Me being who I am, sort of said, well, they've only done it once, I could do that twice. So I'd sort of made a commitment to myself to do that, and a little bet with someone at the gym. And then I thought, why not couple with this with a fundraising event, and do it for something worthwhile. So the first day of training, I spent 1 hour on it and almost collapsed. It's simple as that. I think I managed 8,000 steps, and I thought, oh my God, how on earth am I going to do 18,500 steps? My confidence took a bit of a whack, and then after this first hour, I knew I was in for one of the roughest rides I've probably ever been in, including anything I'd ever done in the military. I went on to increase the amounts to 4 to 6. I went on to do 12 hours, and I knew if I could just do 12 hours, that was me, Everest complete once, and then from that point moving forwards, it was home sailing. And the challenge itself, the first 3 hours ticked off, everything was going to plan. After 8 hours, I got off the machine and I spewed up, basically. The food that I'd taken on board for those 8 hours, there was nothing in the system, no calorie intake. I got straight back on the machine, and that 8 to 9 hours was pretty much hell. So I knew my body was trying to fight me in terms of stopping me from doing the event, because it was basically in distress mode. And then I think thereafter, all the way up to the 23-hour mark, I decided that the 10-minute breaks had worked really well all the way up until the 23-hour point, so we should have a 10-minute break. And that last 37 minutes was probably the hardest part of the entire event, even though I knew I was at the end. I was on the home run, last stretch. When I did my last step, I turned to Andy and almost just fell off with just passing out. There was like an emotion between us, and we just looked at each other, and it was like, yeah, I couldn't have done that without him being there, and if he hadn't have been there, I don't think there was anyone else who I knew or I could have called upon who would have supported me, who knew me in the way Andy does.